Good morning, everybody. It's still morning here in Michigan for about another 19 minutes. It is an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous day. Bright blue, sunny skies, big white puffy clouds. Temperature is perfect. You probably heard a vehicle come in. It's my neighbor Danny and friend Gary. Gary was a longtime resident here in Wilderness Valley, moved to Tennessee, but he's up visiting. And a part got broke on the tractor, so they're fixing it for me. So that's why you heard that. They kind of came in right as I was getting ready to come out to talk with all you folks. So again, a great day, perfect day. We're getting very, very excited about the pond, getting very close. I've got a ton of people to thank, so grab your favorite beverage and kick back, because I'm going to be here for a little bit today. I'm going to start out with the thanks. Updated information for you too. You know it's a lot when I got to do 2 pages. First of all, I'd like to thank Stella, and I don't know if it's Siow, it's S-I-O-W is the last name, and this is a first for us. She's in Singapore, and she donated to Richard's Pond, so that's amazing. Stella, I don't know if you're originally from Singapore or if you're visiting, or, well, obviously you live there now. But thank you. Thank you for being the first person ever to donate from Singapore. We appreciate that. I'd like to thank Joyce Bandy from Greenwood, Indiana. Joyce, thank you very much for your generous donation. We will definitely put that to good use. I'd like to thank Steve and Joni. It's Zabrowski, I think. I hope I'm spelling that or saying that right. Zabrowski. From Canton, Michigan. Thank you very much for your generous donation as well. Also like to thank Nancy Mastras. And Nancy, I'm sorry, when your donation came through, it didn't say where you're from, and I'm pretty sure you've donated before, but I was running out of time to go through all the lists of names to find a previous donation, but I think you have, so I apologize, and I'll update everybody where you're from, but thank you for that donation. Also like to thank Donna Wigham, and she's in West Columbia, South Carolina. Thank you very much. Another one of our neighbors. In fact, that's actually Kathy. You guys remember Kathy from over the winter. You'd see her come in every once in a while with a 50-pound bag of food and put it on the ground. So looks like she's going to pull in and have a chat. Maybe I'll get her to come on cam with me. Anyway, so Donna, thank you very much. In fact, actually, I've noticed some of these names, and in fact, almost all of them, you'll either see in the chat room or you'll see on our Facebook pages. So starting to recognize a lot of rooms out there, or a lot of names out there from those 2 places. So thank you very much. It's great to see all our Facebook and our chat room friends supporting the project here. I'd like to also thank Becky Amos from Harbor City, California. Thank you for your donation. I'd like to thank Ruth Ann Harper from Elkview, West Virginia, for your donation. Thank you very much. Also donating is Dennis Stump from Mendon, Ohio. Dennis, thank you. We appreciate that. We had some people that just recently made some purchases in the store. I'd like to thank George Brinker from Kokomo, Indiana. Also like to thank Richard Rosen from Manchester, New Jersey, for your purchase in the store. And I'm sorry I forgot to write your wife's name down, and it escapes me. But Richard and his wife have just been absolutely great supporters of the CAM, purchasing items from the store, making donations. That they've been helping out in many different ways, and we appreciate that. Also like to thank Chris from Findlay, Ohio. Charlie made a purchase here a few weeks ago, and then he posted a picture of it on our Facebook page. So that was very cool. Charlie, we appreciate you doing that. Although you gave away, and it's our fault, we had sent you one of the surprise gifts that everybody's going to get that donates to Richard's Pond. And I was trying to keep it a secret, but you didn't know that. We didn't tell you that. We included it in yours without saying anything, and you put a picture of it out there. So, but that's only one of the 3 things that people will be getting. So, Charlie, thank you, and thank you for making your additional purchase here just a day or so ago. Before I forget, I want to thank Danny and Gary. Danny routed out the sign for Richard's Pond. Of course, Brenda painted it. It turned out really nice. And then Danny and Gary built the sign post, which I think we had it on camera yesterday. But that's going to be right at the entrance of the new drive that we're putting in for people to come and see Richards Pond in person to make it a little easier to find. So thank you, Danny and Gary, for that. You guys put a lot of work. I know I already introduced you. I said I was hoping I could get you to come on cam. I mean, the world knows you.
I can't believe this.
And we just had a donation from Singapore, so now
awesome.
Now you're famous in Singapore.
Way to go, Singapore!
This is Kathy. You guys have seen her sneak in all winter long, dumping off 50-pound bags of food. She's barely 50 pounds herself, so I have no idea how she's able to carry them. But a lot of people know you and love you and appreciate everything you've done for the animals.
Hello, everyone. Hello, world.
All right. Well, thanks for coming over. She's entertaining Danny and Gary right now as they work on my tractor. All right. Let's see. Let me get back to where we're going.
All right, you guys.
And of course, I can't thank enough the monthly contributors that help us. So if you haven't had a chance yet, go to our website, SnowmanCam.com, and right underneath the chat, there's a link there for monthly contributors. That shows you the people that are just there day in and day out, month in and month out, helping us with our expenses, the cam, the website, the internet service, all those additional expenses that come in to keep this thing on the air and going. And so I'd just like to thank those people. If I were to thank every one of them individually, I'd probably be here another 15 minutes. So please go ahead and take a look at that, and you'll recognize names. You'll see them in the chat room. You'll see them on Facebook, and please be sure to thank them because we couldn't do it without them. All right, let's see. A few things I wanted to talk about last night. In fact, actually, our internet today is working pretty darn good. I don't think it's up to the complete speed that they're expecting, but it's been working much better. I was able to get a lot of work done this morning because what we've had to do every single day, Brenda and I unplug our laptop or our desktop computer, and then we shut the Wi-Fi off on our phone so we can have all the service be dedicated to the camera so it can use all the bandwidth. Otherwise, the camera breaks up. So when I did that last night, unfortunately, there were animals out here, so I didn't want to turn the light on in the bedroom, so I had it off, and I went over to the router to unplug what I thought was the computer, but I unplugged the camera last night. So I'm the one that made it go dark for a while. I appreciate some people contacted me and let me know that there was something wrong with the camera, and right away I realized what I had done. So that's why that went off, and of course, couldn't believe it. While the camera was off, we had 3 polar bear that came in here. Never seen polar bear before, but they came in, they danced around here for a bit, and before I could get the camera hooked back up, they were gone. So I'm hoping they'll be back. They were really nice white fur, and it was a real pleasure to see them. Sorry you guys missed that. All right. Also yesterday, Brenda and I took a trip over to Blue Star Landscaping. Blue Star Landscaping is where we got all the boulders back there, and many people from around the world donated to that. We've got 2 truckloads. We've got 26 tons, 52,000 pounds of boulders, and that's what 52,000 pounds of boulders looks like. It's in the pile behind me. So, but starting next week, they're all going to be up here. They're going to be part of the pond. So Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, let's see, today's Friday, so we got Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So in 4 days, you're going to start seeing some activity here. Waterpaw is going to start staging equipment. I think they're planning on actually marking it out too, exactly where the pond will go. So their team can hit the ground running on Wednesday. They can come in and get it going, and they estimate it'll take 3 days. And I think their guys work 10 hours. So there's going to be a lot of activity next Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We're hoping by next Friday we can turn on the switch and have some water flowing. So pretty excited about that. One thing, I also want to thank all the people that have contacted me because we've got all the names, as you know, listed on Richard's Pond page on our website, SnowmanCam.com. And people have been contacting me to let me know spelling errors, information that's missing, a spouse missing, a lot of different things. And many of you have contacted me, and I appreciate that because it's extremely important to me that I get all that information accurate. Because we're going to be using that information. Not only is it going to stay permanently on the website on his page, but more importantly, we're having a plaque made here. I'll tell you a little more about that in a second. But that plaque it's going to be a permanent thing, and it's not going to be something that will easily or probably not even possible to change once it's done. So I want to make sure all that information's correct. In fact, even one person contacted me, thankfully, to let me know that somehow I missed even getting their name on there, period. Not only did I, not spell it right or have a location, I missed it, period. So I really appreciate that, because I go through and I try to match it up, but sometimes I do make some errors. So I appreciate everybody doing that. So again, if you've donated towards Richard's Pond, please go to Richard's page, go to SnowmanCam.com, and there's a link near the top of the page that says Richard's Pond. Go there and scroll down. You'll see all the names. Just go through until you find yours. Now the plaque, I talked with Becky Cobb, longtime really good friend of Richard, said that, what she wanted to do is she wanted to do the plaque. And we wanted to do something of really good quality, something that could be outside and could hold up well. And Becky found a place. We've narrowed it down to it's either going to be marble or it's going to be granite. And it's going to have to be, a decent size to fit all these names, because I haven't counted recently, but I know we're over 200 names. So, and that's the other reason I want to make sure that everything is accurate. But Becky and I, what we're talking about doing is putting a laser, all the names will be laser inscribed in this, and we'll have a picture of Richard on it. Becky's got a really nice picture. One of Richard's favorite things to do, hope you can hear me, Danny is...
We'll be back.
Okay. Danny and Gary probably running back to their house maybe to get a tool. It's nice having guys that know how to work on stuff, that they can keep my tractor going here so we can keep doing the work. But anyways, one of Richard's favorite activities was to come up and fish with Becky. And Richard would come up and stay here, and we'd work on various projects, but he'd always make time to go out and go fishing with Becky. So she's got a great picture of him out in the boat with her. So that'll be laser inscribed on the plaque. We're going to have all the names on there, and what we're going to do too is put them all in alphabetical order. Right now, I pretty much have just continued to add them to the page in the order that they came in, as I could. But I want to make it easier for people to find, especially if you come here and you're looking through the plaque and there's 200 names. I want to make it easier for you to find those. So that's going to be the process. The cutoff day is going to be next Friday, because that's the day the pond's over. We had to cut it off at some point. If you are interested in getting your name on the website, on the plaque, to be permanently remembered as part of the group of people that founded this pond and made it possible to build, I need to have that information in by Friday. So again, if you've already donated, go to the page, make sure everything's correct. If not, send me an email. It's simply snowman@snowmancam.com. Just let me know any changes that you see that need to be done. And again, if you want to make a donation to get on the plaque, make sure you get that in soon. If you're going to do it by mail, I would recommend in the next day or so to make sure that we have it in time, especially if it's coming from overseas. And you can send that to me, Ken Borton. Our P.O. Box is 888, and that's Gaylord, Michigan, 49734. And then just write on the envelope or on the check or both that it's for Richard's Pond, and we'll get you listed on the page, and we'll make sure that you get put on that permanent plaque. And then if you want to absolutely be sure you get it in time, the best way is just hit the donate button on the site, and then that'll take you to a page. You can put in your donation of any amount, and in the notes box just put for Richard's Pond, so we know what that's for. We'll get you on the plaque, and you'll be always remembered as part of the permanent group. Another thing, we've already purchased it. We've got a really nice new flagpole that's going in, but we're waiting obviously till the pond goes in to see where it'll look the best. Richard's wife Jean is going to be purchasing a beautiful granite stone. We'll have Richard's name on it. That will be at the base of the pond for people to see when they come in. Brenda and I are going to be purchasing some benches to have out here, so if people want to come and just sit, and be surprised if you just come and sit quietly, the wildlife will come in, and you'll be able to see that in person. All right, let's see. Let me just make sure with all my notes that, oh, you know what? I do have some other people I need to thank that I missed. They were on this page. I'd like to thank Michael Dearden from Widnes Cheshire, UK, in England there. We appreciate your help. Also, Valerie Dillay from Massillon, Ohio. Appreciate your contribution. And last, excuse me, certainly not least, is Eddie Caruse from Los Angeles, California. Eddie is just, I can't even tell you all the things he's done. He's been so helpful. But the last thing that he did is after Mary Ritter, who organized the whole Boulder campaign, and Mary was the first one to get the first truck started and the last one to make sure that it was full to get it here. Eddie contacted us, and Eddie made a nice contribution that just about covered the delivery charge. The first delivery was made free of charge. They did that as a bonus, but they, I think once they realized how far they had to drive that truck to get it here, they did have to charge us for the second time. But Blue Star Landscaping, can't say enough great things about them. They're a fine company to deal with, and did such a nice job at taking all the calls and keeping track of who donated what and what, what boulders, what kind of boulders. She passed all that information on to me. And while Brenda and I were there yesterday, we got to meet her personally, and we also got to meet the owner. And a fine gentleman. He says we've already turned him into a SnowmanCam fan. He said he checks it at least once a day. The delivery person checks it, he says, every day for sure, watching it. And they've already spread the word to some other business owners in the area too. So thank you very much to Blue Star. We appreciate everything you guys did for us. All right, I think that might be everything for today. You guys are probably worn out listening to me here. I don't know how long I've been going, but I see it's almost noon. So I think that's good. So again, very exciting times, getting close. Within 4 days, we're going to start seeing some stuff going on here. So I hope everybody gets a chance to watch it. And I hope you guys are having the kind of weather we are here, too. It's just absolutely gorgeous. I didn't look to see what the temperature is, but it's got to be maybe upper 60s, low 70s, just a slight breeze. And you just couldn't ask for a better day. So I'm thankful for a great or much better internet service, so I can get a lot of work done. I'm very thankful for all of you every day making this fun for us, just knowing that people are enjoying it, that you're enjoying our wildlife, the bears and the porcupines and the raccoons and everything else that you see on a daily basis. That we're so happy that we're able to share that, because Brenda and I certainly enjoy watching it every day live. So I think that's all I have. I'm going to go see what all the banging is about over there with Danny and Gary on my tractor, and you'll probably see me back out here soon, just continuing to do a little cleanup work so we can have everything ready for the water paw group to come in and get to work. So I hope wherever you're watching us at from around the world that you're doing well, that you're in good health, and also that you're well fed. And with your help, in fact, I did things out of order. Normally I put the food out first, but I was so excited to get to this. With your help and the people I mentioned here, Brenda and I will be out here every day making sure that there's food for the wildlife. And so I'll be back out. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll talk to you soon. Poor Danny and Gary, what had happened is a pin broke that's in the shaft of the four-wheel drive, just a little roll pin. So they went into town this morning to get one for me, and they're going to take care of it. They're both very handy, but unfortunately, my tractor is a Kubota, which everything on it is metric, and they weren't thinking about that, so they got a standard size, and it was just slightly too big, so they couldn't put it back in. So they're running over to Danny's to see if they can find something else to make it work. It is just great having great neighbors, I'll tell you.